The woman secretly put poison into the pot every time she cooked, her goal being to poison her fourth husband to death and claim a large insurance payout. She had also taken out accidental injury insurance on the children to swindle money. The woman didn't hesitate to push them into the street. If a plan failed, the children would become her outlet for venting. Just as she was about to beat the children, a mysterious figure grabbed her from behind in an instant. That was because she was the target of this national death penalty vote. At exactly 10 p.m., everyone's phones received a voting notification. A man wearing a mask appeared on the screen. He then revealed the person to be voted on that night, a woman named Lisa. Her crime was insurance fraud and murder. This woman was no ordinary suspect. She had once gone on a sea trip with her husband, but tragically they were involved in a severe car accident. Her husband was killed instantly, but she herself emerged completely unscathed. This was regarded as an incredible miracle. After watching the live broadcast, the police immediately locked onto Lisa's location and launched a rapid operation, determined to find her before the execution. During the live stream, the masked man continued to list her crimes. After her husband's death, Lisa immediately received a huge insurance payout, but her crimes were far from limited to that. Lisa had been married 3 times in total, and each of her husbands had subsequently died. The first drowned, the second died from complications of diabetes, and the third in a traffic accident. At the time of each husband's death, she collected astronomical insurance payouts. 2 years ago, after her second husband's death, Lisa was indicted for intentional murder, but during the second trial it was ruled an accidental death, and because intent could not be proven, she was ultimately acquitted. While the masked man spoke at length, the police had already arrived near the track location and began searching the parking lot. Meanwhile, the masked man grew angry, because what truly made Lisa deserving of death was that after 3 husbands had died, she had married again soon afterward, and was already planning to kill her 4th husband. She was nothing short of a monster. Finally, in a corner of the parking lot, they found Lisa trapped inside a car, but the car was rigged with explosives. If she stepped out it would detonate. Time was nearly up. The area nearby was a densely populated residential district, and if the car exploded many people would be killed or injured. After repeated deliberation, the police decided to move the car several kilometers to a school, where there was a large playground. It was the time when evening study had just ended, so they could quickly evacuate the few remaining students and move Lisa there to minimize the danger. As many police officers arrived at the school began emergency evacuation procedures. Meanwhile, Jack sat in the front passenger seat, urging Lisa to drive quickly toward the playground. The car finally stopped, but time was running out. The nation's super high approval rate for the vote had already made this woman's fate seem inevitable, but Jack had no intention of leaving. He confronted the masked man directly and began negotiating. He then proposed that Lisa be given a retrial in court. To the masked man, however, this was a joke. Seeing that wouldn't work, Jack came up with another move and said, if they blew up both him and Lisa now, then this death vote aimed only at criminals would be rendered meaningless. He declared he absolutely would not leave the car, and dared the masked man to kill him as well if he had the nerve. But he clearly underestimated the masked man's methods and cruelty.